you sit down, please, gentlemen? Mr. President, as we complete our talks, I wish to express my appreciation to you for your frankness and candor in discussing the problems that we mutually face in Vietnam. And I know that you share with me the sentiments that were expressed in our communique, which has already been distributed to members of the press. I believe that that communique indicates the progress that has been made and the progress we can expect in the future toward a resolution of this struggle which has torn apart the people of North Vietnam, which has cost your people so much in men, in lives, and has cost our people as well. And I would like to say finally this one personal word. You have a long journey. You will be back in Saigon tonight because of the time change. You will be speaking to the people of South Vietnam when you arrive. And would you extend to the people of South Vietnam, from the people of the United States, our good wishes. We know how they have suffered. We share with them the tragedy of war. We want for them what we have for ourselves, the blessings of peace within our own country and within your own country.
Mr. President, thank you very much for your very comfortable words. I can say that our first meeting here in Midway is very useful, and it's not like some speculation before I arrive here that there is some difference between President Nixon and President Thieu, and I have to come here to dissipate or to discuss again on those differences. It's not true. I come here for more understanding and closer cooperation, for more common position between President Nixon and I. It's not for difference, because we have had no difference before. You may mention about the 8-point program of President Nixon for peace. I ask you to remember that immediately after the President Nixon have his speech, I said that it's consistent with the position of Vietnam. It's very consistent of my 6th point. So we have close consultation before, and we have a very close understanding on that. So I come here to discuss with President Nixon to have better cooperation and to have a better common position. I think in the future, when the circumstances demand and when we have opportunity, we may agree together to meet again. So I think it's the best way to have closer cooperation between two governments and two people. Never forget that the blood and the human life are precious to anyone, to any people, at any time. So I think once again we are very grateful, and the Vietnamese people, the whole Vietnamese people is very grateful for the sacrifice that the United States people have accepted and continue to accept it, to join us in defense of freedom and defend the common cause of the free world. But once again, I say that we will do our best from now on to alleviate the burden of the American people. And we have to do our best to deserve the noble sacrifice that the American people have accepted for Vietnamese people. And once again, I hope you understand well my English, and I'm ready to leave for Saigon. And I sincerely thank President Nixon for the useful talks, for the heartfelt welcome, the hospitality of the people in Midway Island. It's the first time I know this island, very interesting. And I think that you may join us to share the success of this meeting. Thank you.